clouds. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun, Cal. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
Having seen many interpretations of Superman, both in animated TV and movie form, none have resonated with me quite like Henry Cavill's Kal-El has. Isn't it funny what a film made by Zack Snyder can do for myself and so many others?
Yeah.
It goes back to Man of Steel, which, funny enough, is a Zack Snyder film. You see, everyone has his or her own idea of what Superman is supposed to be, and some are simply unwilling to accept Kal as a man just trying to do the right thing. Because we tend to associate a guy like Superman with perfection. We tend to focus on what Kal-El was like on a TV series or a comic book from the 1930s. And this, among other bizarre reasons, is why some are unwilling to accept Henry Cavill as Superman. Well, I take that back because I forgot. Most everyone is suddenly a fan of Henry's Superman now, after years of the majority calling him wooden and depressing. One of the things about Dawn of Justice that I loved is that it allowed me to view Man of Steel in a much different light after I first saw Batman v Superman, meaning I went back and noticed a lot more things in Man of Steel I hadn't initially noticed before. An overwhelming majority of Henry's backlash has been mostly categorized as his Superman hates being Superman or Henry's Superman doesn't inspire hope. So, what did Superman's death inspire then, if not hope? Why did Batman have such a powerful change of heart in the end when he told Diana men are still good? Was that not a result of Superman inspiring hope as a result of Superman's sacrifice? And Bruce realizing he had been wrong about Superman all along? How was Superman defending Lex, the guy who just tried to have Superman killed, not heroic? The world around him is constantly throwing dirt on his name, and most view him as an enemy. Yet in spite of all of this, he still does good. In spite of the world treating him like an outcast, he never neglects to do the right thing. Zack Snyder, ladies and gentlemen, made me a fan of Superman. And a lot of times I see so many trolls saying, well, yeah, the dark tone works for Batman, but Superman is supposed to be happy like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. Superman is supposed to want to help people and not be depressed and mopey. See, right there, that's what I've been saying, and that's what I've said so many times. Zack Snyder made me a fan of Superman. Man of Steel and Batman v Superman are his movies, right? And I can even relate to him, both as he's going through adolescence and even enduring adulthood. Maybe it's because I was somewhat of a loner and kind of an introvert throughout high school and was one of the kids that used to get picked on. I don't know. But even when he's young, I still find him so relatable. The scene in Man of Steel where he locks himself in the closet and Martha has to remind him to make the world small because Clark feels it's too big, that scene hits me, man. But see, some of you online trolls and internet thugs are so busy talking shit online and bullying people for liking something you claim so much to hate that you wouldn't even begin to understand what that feels like. Let's save the yelling for another video. And it's not so much because he's a character with superpowers, it's more so that he was a hero even before the cape and costume. Even before he first met Jor-El in Man of Steel, he was always willing to help people. Some of the same people who, ironically enough, would bully him were some of the exact individuals he would end up saving. That, to me, is inspirational and heroic in itself. So if I'm wrong for appreciating deep themes and realism in a superhero movie and being very inspired by Man of Steel or Dawn of Justice, I want to be wrong all the time. I don't care about being liked or liking the comic book movies critics tell us to enjoy. Because at the end of the day, Zack Snyder made me a fan of Superman. And as much as I appreciate Tom Welling back in the Smallville days, as much as I hold Christopher Reeve in high regard and will continue to do so, Henry Cavill's Superman is what Superman is to me. Hope in the face of conflict and even in the shadow of death, and showing what being a hero in our world would be like. The world showed him what hate was like. He showed and proved to them and a billionaire intent on murdering him that we can all be better. And the themes in these movies is something that is still discussed and will be discussed for many years to come. Because, ironically enough, some of you who claim to hate both of these films so much won't stop talking about them, which in hindsight would suggest you are a fan in denial. Superman dying inspired hope and brought countless people together. He was sent in this world to inspire hope, to save people. Jor-El purposely sent Kal to Earth for this reason. And that is exactly what he did. He wasn't Superman right away, but he was always Superman in the midst of it all. Man of Steel did that. Batman v Superman did that. Zack Snyder, ladies and gentlemen, made me a fan of Superman.